Hi, I'm Jack Cush with RheumNow. I'm here with Kavanaugh. We're the co-chairs of RheumNow Live. Artie, how you doing today?
Pretty good, pretty good. It's hard to imagine the meeting's only a couple of days away. It seems, huh?
Yeah, it's come up fast. Um, we wanted to give a short video as a sort of preview of this meeting, what it's been like so far, and what we're looking forward to. You know, Artie, we started this thing about almost a year ago.
Hmm.
Um, how would you say your vision has come to reality at this point? What were you hoping for, and where do you think we are now?
Well, I think the challenge was to make education that was a little bit different. I think in rheumatology, we've certainly had years of traditional talking head lectures where somebody gets up and gives an hour on the best of something, but I don't think that fits with the way most of us would like to learn. I think in some of the meetings we're seeing shorter formats and more discussion, and I think that's what we were trying to do here. And then, of course, using your expertise to bring in the online aspect of it, which is quite unique. And that I'm really looking forward to see how that sorts out. And I think we can learn from this and continue to make this better.
You know, you've been a bit of a leader yourself in your RWCS meeting, going with shorter form lectures, 30, 40 minutes. And I know it irritates your speakers that they can't have a full hour, but what has that form, you think, brought to your meeting?
Oh, I think it makes the lecturers really puts it on them to make their talk crisp. You got an hour lecture, you can you can throw a few balls. You got a 30-minute lecture, you got to throw strikes. You got to have just the key bits of information. And at the end of the day, I think it always makes us better as speakers and makes you focus more. And I think the audience appreciates that, and the audience gets to interact more. And that's what Room Now Live is going to be about.
Yeah, we've taken some time away from the speakers to give more time to the audience. And
Mhm.
this is an audience-centric kind of meeting. What do you think could be? What are we doing that makes this audience-centric?
Well, involving people who won't actually be at the meeting, and yet they can be an integral part of it, asking questions, providing comments. There are people who will be able to look at it later, and they may get us comments after the meeting. And of course, during the meeting, will be very interactive with the ability to just raise questions for discussion and comments. And afterwards, we'd love to have people's suggestions. This is a first, so it's really going to be a work in progress and continue to evolve.
So we're going to be using a sort of app to guide the program and to have a interface between the learner and the speaker. And you used an app at your last meeting, and I remember sitting around with the table with the faculty, and they were complaining about, we didn't have enough time, and everybody ran over, and the biggest problem was there was a ton of questions from the audience, and I think that was because people were plugged in. I think that's what we're going to try to do at this meeting, but maybe even take it to another level.
Yeah, and Jack, you've been a real leader in seeing what's out there in education. And I think we in medicine and us and we in rheumatology too are not really as caught up as perhaps some other areas of education are, but we're getting there. And Jack, I know you looked around for a lot of products that could do the kind of interaction that we want, and we'll say, but I think we have the best approximation of what we want going in, and then we'll see as we get there. I think it'd be a lot of fun.
You want to talk about your session? You got a great session going on in psoriatic disease. I'll be working on a session in safety. We have sessions on RA and lupus and vasculitis and spondylitis. What are you looking forward to at your session?
Well, just the interaction of people with sort of different interests. Dermatologist Craig Leonardi, a real leader in the field, who's really seen the revolution that's happened in the treatment of skin psoriasis. We'll talk about how that segues with arthritis. Then we'll talk about the imaging aspects of it, an important aspect since back in the day, but one that's evolving. And I think we'll still have to see is where it fits in. I think it may increase in the future. So looking for a lot of discussion and also a lot of audience input. What challenges do they see, and what would they like to see addressed?
So what's unique about this program is that we have these 2-hour blocks devoted to those disciplines I just mentioned. where you're going to have 3 half-hour lectures and a half-hour discussion. So at least 25% of the meeting is going to be devoted to Q&A and discussion and crosstalk. But then in between these sessions, these 2-hour sessions, we're going to have like TED-like talks. We're calling them STEP talks for science, technology, education, and patients. That's got to be the focus. And we got some great people who are challenged to give the shorter lecture, 12 to 15 minutes, deliver a pearl. I think it should energize the audience. What's your expectation regarding these shorter lectures?
Yeah, I think so. I think the pod sessions, as you said, they'll be pretty intense with some lectures, but discussion. And I think it'll be nice to have people sort of step out a little bit, something related to all of us as doctors and as humans, but a kind of a little bit of a break, allow us a little bit of a reset. So I think that's going to be a lot of fun.
So the meeting's a few days away. It's not too late to register online. You can
or to come to Fort Worth in person.
Yeah, Fort Worth, we still have room for a few people. We want this to be small enough to be intimate in the room and big enough to basically allow anybody to watch this for free from their home. But yeah, you can still get a cheap flight, and the hotel is very affordable. Downtown Fort Worth is just wonderful as far as things to do. We won't turn you into a cowboy, but you will enjoy yourself in the 2.5 days that you'll be there. Artie, what would you suggest if you were going to make a last-minute call for people to come?
No, I think just that. I think if you have an opening that weekend, if it's a small opening, definitely check it out online. There's no downside to that. But a lot of things are better in person, face to face, shaking hands and sharing educational moments. So as you said, it's not too late. So it's going to be good for sure.
Yeah, the main thing I think you're going to miss out on if you're watching from home is the fellowship. I think that should be one of the great things behind the meeting. So we want to thank everyone for looking at this, and check out the website, RheumNow.live. All right, take care.